Fire it down.
Yes.
Turn it off. We are deep in the off season. How deep are we in the off season? It's just me and Dev, baby.
They forced me in here. That's how deep we are in
It's
here.
the Couch Boys, dude. Normally my co-couch member.
Yeah, and then the microphones are so I can't whisper in your ear like something very, very positive.
Yeah. Welcome to the DNVR Nuggets podcast. welcome.
Yes, we don't even have a person.
I know. Listen, it's a very special show. It is the D&D corner. Dev and D-Line together at last. The combination absolutely nobody asked for, but won't be able to start asking for or after this happens. I'm really excited, man. I've not seen you in a little while. Let me start off by asking this. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Vegas was like the last time that I feel like I've seen you.
Yeah. So I mean, you look different. Like it looks like your soul has returned.
It has. I got a couple of weeks off. We were like 6 weeks away, like from the last game of the season.
Oh my God!
Which was a great game. Then we had a summer league, which took a little bit more of my soul, and now I'm feeling back. I'm feeling all right.
I am D-Line, aka Eric, aka what else do you guys call me? Dickhead, things like that.
Me, King.
Not to my face.
I call you King.
No, my man calls me King.
Yeah. Things like that.
And I'm joined by Dev, superstar Dev Duvalier, the star of the show, the only one that anybody ever wants to see or talk about when they watch. Wow, what an episode! You know what I mean? It's gonna be a great one. Yeah. We've got a couple topics we're going to talk about today. The NBA season is over, but NBA news never stops. What I like to say personally, there's never an off season for talking NBA basketball.
Nuggets basketball.
For talking Nuggets basketball, there's never an off season.
There's not a football season. There's not, baseball season. It's all Nuggets season. And it should be now. They're champions.
Listen, baby, it's a Nuggets world. We're just living in it. I don't even feel like I'm part of it anymore. Like I have to ask permission to be part of it. It's like too big for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like Jeff Morton.
I am. I'm like, I've aged myself out of the conversation. I just spent.
But you're still there. You're still a big part of it.
I'm still there, man. So one of the things we're going to talk about today, Nikola Jokic has come out, or I should say, it has come out that Nikola Jokic will not be participating in the FIBA World Cup for Team Serbia. A blow, I know, to many of our viewers. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit. Also, on a show for The Ringer, former Denver Nugget, Austin Rivers, forever a Nugget, came out with some pretty fiery quotes about the Dame Lillard situation and the impact and implication it has on the league, or has on the league in general moving forward. I'd like to get your thoughts on that. And then third, the most important, we're going to find out what Dev likes, dude.
Oh, man, I love so many
things. We're going to find out.
I don't like a lot of things, but I also like a lot of things.
We are definitively going to find out. We're going to have the summer edition Dev likes list. We're going to find out just what Dev likes so far in this deep off season, what's keeping him afloat, and we're going to go from there. So
let's do this.
All right, let's get into it. First and foremost, the big topic of the day, Nikola Jokic via Coach Pesic. He came out and he said that officially now Jokic will not be participating. We didn't quite know what the status was on this, but it was said that Pesic met with a lot of players, every player that was in their crosshairs for who they wanted to participate. I think that you would look at the best player in the world as maybe the first one on that list who you want to be on your team. But he said that several conversations were held with Jokic, and those were the best conversations he had with players that can't accept the invitation. But the concrete reasons as to why he is not participating is he is neither physically nor mentally ready. He's worn out and is not ready to take on the responsibility that is expected of him, explained Pesic. What is your reaction to that, just hearing that?
Well, first off, I'm sad for a lot of the Serbian people, and just the culture that they have there. Having gone to Serbia, it gave me a new sense and understanding of like what it truly does mean to that country. Because like if if LeBron was to bow out of playing for USA, I'm like, oh, that's okay. And, you know, like there's Kevin Durant. There's Kevin Durant. We have someone else.
He's probably making Space Jam 4.
Yeah, we're just like, it is what it is. But, you know, going there and seeing the culture and how much it truly means to everyone. And we got to see it with, you know, Euro Cup. Like, that is way smaller, but that means a lot to them.
Yeah.
But to be able to represent the country in a different light, I know that you know, that has brought a lot of emotion to a lot of people where they feel. I can't tell anyone how to feel, especially, you know, Serbians. So people on the internet that are telling Serbians how to feel one way or the other, like, it's just wrong. You can't, you know, determine how someone should feel. I did see an actual tweet that went out that someone said, like, how would you feel if Jokic was, like, you know, in the middle of the playoffs and decided to not play so he could come play in Serbia? I would be actually pissed.
Yeah, I'd be really pissed.
I would be so mad about that. So, like, that actually brought, like, a little bit more light to me, like, of, you know, what it truly does mean to them. So, really, I can't tell you how to feel about that, but I do feel for you in this, because I wish that there was a way that he could, you know, not feel so much pressure. I do feel like it's a lot of pressure playing for Serbia. He's coming off of his last 3 years of basketball was just a very, very long stretch with a lot of, you know, different factors that play into it. Back-to-back MVP seasons. The bubble was right before that. He had the World Cup, you know, qualifier. And then he's coming off of an MVP season, in which, you know, that was like a true representation of, like, you know, Serbia as well. So I understand the pressure that he's under and trying to get there mentally, because really it's another expectation for him, like another obligation that he would have had to go through, which, you know, if he plays, who knows if they win? That's also another disappointment if they don't win. But if they do win, it means a lot to the country, but at what toll? So it's hard. Really, it's hard all in all.
I know. I feel the same way. I mean, like you, I was in Serbia. I don't know do you remember I was there?
Yeah,
I was there.
The whole time?
No. Well, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
I was there.
Okay.
Yeah, man, like, it really became crystal clear. I mean, it was said in no uncertain language that to the Serbians, and famously now in the documentary 100 Invisible Threads on YouTube, check it out. It was said that, you know, it doesn't really, club championships don't really mean anything. They want, in Serbia, they want you to win a title wearing a Serbian shirt. And we saw that, you know, what it means. I mean, you were talking about like a very small portion of the world, Serbia, not very big. You know, and that Serbia also a place that oftentimes gets sort of derided and sort of put down, you know, sort of looked down upon in many ways. And so with having Djokovic, you know, probably the best tennis player ever, and Nikola Jokic come from Serbia, like, this is a massive deal. Like, there's a lot of pride involved. It's tough because, you know, like, Nikola Jokic, believe it or not, actually a human being. Like, I understand, like, what it is to be too tired to take. I mean, frankly, I don't even know if I can take on this season. Like, this podcast a little bit too much for me. Like, I don't know what I'm like, if it was up to me, I would explain to you, I was going to, that I'm not physically or mentally ready to take on this podcast today. But I stepped up, so I'm better than Jokic in some ways.
Yeah, just one. just one.
I get it though, man. Like, last time Jokic ducked international competition, like, it was bad. Like, the Serbians were really turned on him. But it was because we found out later that Natalia, his wife, was pregnant with baby Ognjana. Mm-hmm. So that you understood a little bit more. And, you know, I don't know. It's tough. Like,
but think about that expectation that he had at that time. He had to come out and explain that his wife was pregnant and how they turned on him at that time. Yeah. Maybe that played into, like, I don't want to put myself through that, especially, like, for the letdown, or especially for, you know, just if I'm not at my tip-top shit. Like, who knows if he's just not really resting, like, really, like, not playing basketball at all right now, or just not there mentally, or he needs to have this break and family time. And
I mean, we know,
these other obligations. But it's also, if you see the rafting video, it's family time.
It's true.
He gets to actually relax and be with his people. So, like, having to just ramp right back up after putting your everything into it, and in a way neglecting family.
Yeah, not in a way.
You know, you're like,
completely
I want to
family.
get to be with my daughter. I haven't been able to do those type of things. And also like the pressure that the country put on me and, you know, all of those expectations that came with it, maybe that does play into it. But also, you know, I understand like, hey, you're going to probably be able to do something that we've never seen before.
I know.
And that there goes that like from the other side. So I do feel and sympathize for them on that side of, you are the golden guy. You're the ticket. You are the opportunity for us to, you know, get that one title that we've been wanting with Serbia across our, you know, that means something to them as well. So I feel like there's a lot.
There is a lot. I mean, like, this is obviously much deeper than we can possibly really understand. I mean, you don't really understand somebody's shoes, even if you make the best efforts to walk in them. But it is especially hard for us to understand because, like you mentioned, we don't care at all about USA basketball, like at all.
It's just good basketball. Like we just say it's basketball that's on. Oh man, we're not in the off season right now. We get to watch. We got ourselves excited for summer league.
I'm still like kind of buzzing off summer league. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like I'm like living in a Hunter Tyson.
Yeah, we don't feel it in the same, you know, ways, in the same passion, in the same, you know, heart.
Yeah.
And it's ignorant in a way, but
it is completely. It's the definition of ignorant. We don't know anything.
We don't know, so we can't tell you how to feel.
No, I mean we will tell you how to feel. Like, knock it off, leave the guy alone. But also, just kidding. I mean, again, like, had we not traveled to Serbia and like really taken on and really did our best to understand the world that Nikola Jokic come from and like what it actually means to see a champion, a world champion come from Serbia and like have the ability to, I mean, that concept of innate, be able to just like full on just be like, you know.
Just one game. Just those 2 qualifying games shut down the entire country.
Yeah.
You know, like if you think about it, everyone's locked in to see Serbia play.
Although I will say, I was over there after we watched the Euro Cup game, and then it immediately turned into the World Cup qualifiers afterwards. It was like butted up again. Very bizarre. Anyway, like I couldn't even watch the game. It was like a Comcast situation over there. Like they have 2 networks. One of them carries it, the other one doesn't.
Oh,
and so
we know
like
it all
I had to go.
well.
I literally had to go to a bar to watch Nikola Jokic play basketball in Serbia. Disgusting. So anyway, I don't know. I mean, do you have any other thoughts on this? Like, this is obviously very prescient to a big portion of our audience, and you know, like we've seen a little bit of like, you know, the Serbians being like, hey, you know, let us have our space here. Like, don't tell us how to act. Like, be a little bit more sympathetic. And I find myself on that side of the coin. But I also, I mean, if I'm being selfish, which I generally am, that's how I live my life.
Yeah, I know that.
I'm happy that he's taking some rest because, like, I want my golden god. And when I say my, I mean mine. I'm sorry, Serbia. I have taken him. He's mine. I want him to be rested. But that's the problem. Therein lies the problem.
There goes the problem. And it's not a you versus us thing. It's just like
I just made it one.
Yeah. But really, like I do hope that he gets the time that he needs. I hope that he comes in, has another incredible season, hopefully with another championship, where then his mind could shift. And it's like that's not the ultimate goal, because that's the goal for every basketball player in the world, is to win at the highest level. He comes into the season, has another incredible year, maybe win another championship, and then get ready for 2024 Paris Games. That's the Olympics. That I feel like is a little bit more. Maybe that means more to him. I do feel like we're right in the middle of his prime. He'll be still playing at the highest level.
Right.
And you'll get to see those type of things. So, Quick
question. Serbia, I see you in the chat. I don't know the answer to this. Has there ever been a club championship win in the NBA with a Serbian representing that squad? Like, the Kings did not win with Vlade Divac and the name that's escaping me. Is this the first time that we've had you in Serbia, like us here in Denver, have had a claim to the NBA championship? Is there something in this that we can all sort of come together and be like, you know what, I know you guys wanted the Serbian championship, but like, look at this, like, look what we did together. This is bigger. Is that possible? I don't know. You guys tell us. You guys tell us. But in the meantime, I think we will go to our first break. Can you believe it, Dev? And guess who's on ad reads? This guy, Eric. Can you believe it?
I'm ready for it.
Unbelievable. First and foremost, guys, I want to tell you about BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a site and a service that is designed to help people out when they need a little bit of help mentally. If there's ever been a time in your life when you felt uncertain about where you were going in life and what the right path was, I know that I personally am basically, a disaster mentally, and oftentimes I've had to reach out to, professionals and people that could sort of give you guidance and give you a larger perspective on what's going on in your life. It's been tough on a lot of people, I would say, since COVID. Like, COVID kind of scrambled a lot of people's life plans. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are maybe sort of scrambling and trying their best to get back on track and sort of figure out what that is. BetterHelp is designed to do this. They are professionals that are able to, meet you where you're at and sort of help you along. So you let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/DNVR today, and you get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/DNVR. This is one of these things, like, people really don't know how to take the first step in going to get help in a situation like this. It's not something that everybody is equipped to deal with. It's nice to just be able to have a service where you can, you don't have to leave your home, and you can sort of start the process in your own way. So that's betterhelp.com. This is something that I think is important for anybody out there. Let's see. What else do we got? After that, we go to Kind Love. Dev, Kind Love. How do you feel about Turbo Keef?
I don't know what Turbo Keef is, but I hear a lot about it. All of my toters, my smoking friends, they all talk about this.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. I actually don't know what Keef is either, but I love when Harrison Wind extols the virtues of Turbo Keef. Kind Love is excited to be the official partner of DNVR and support another local brand. Kind Love is one of the first dispensaries in Colorado. It was established in 2010. Dev knows that. He loves Keef. Known for cultivating some of the highest quality cannabis in the States. They've recently launched what is known as the Turbo Core. The Turbo Core is a 100 milligram stick that you can put in. It looks like a toothpick that you can put into a joint. You can put it into a cigarette. You can put it anything, really. And it turns, you can turbo core anything that you're lighting, dude. Does that do anything for you?
No, that does not do anything. That sounds scary. It sounds scary. But it sounds like it touches you.
It does. It touches me specifically. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's something you should go off of. But they just launched their new infused pre-roll line, the Turbo Joint, using the same technology. The Turbo Joint is 0.7 grams of whole bud, not trim, Dev. Not trim.
Not trim.
Combined with 0.3 Turbo Keef, and it's ridiculously potent. Burns is significantly smoother than other infused pre-rolls on the market. It won't be messy in your car this summer. It burns slower and more flavorful. Unbelievable. They also have Get It While It's Hot flower shelf. You can get eighths for $20 out the door and ounces for $100 out the door. Jesus.
Deals.
I went to a Kind Love, and I would say I was met with kindness and love. I was like, this is the perfect name for this business.
They found it. They found the one.
Visit one of our stores in Cherry Creek or North Denver. Mention DNVR and receive the DNVR exclusive discount of 25% off all Kind Love flower, pre-rolls, and their Turbo Joint line. You can also visit the website at kindlove.com and use that DNVR for ordering and see their full extensive menu. Wow. What a read. What would you say? 1 to 10. What is it? Like you hear Adam fumble through these things. Harrison's a disaster.
Yeah, yours came with like some. It was from the
right.
Heart.
I felt like that
was probably a 9.999.
Oh my god, dude! Was that the Turbo Keef of ad reads? Would you say?
Toothpick right up in that.
All right, we're off the Serbian thing. No, that's not as heavy. We're going to get into something that is equally heavy, but stateside. Alyssa, do you have the clip of Austin Rivers from his Ringer show talking about the Dame Lillard and the player empowerment?
I do.
Let's play that, shall we?
regardless of how good of a player you are, man, the NBA is not. It's a privilege, and if you were a free agent, then you could choose where you were going to go.
Right.
That's the business.
Yeah.
But when you're not and you sign a deal, man, that's part of the business, bro. If you get traded somewhere, like, you got to go play, man. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
And this started with like James and Ben and all these guys doing this shit. It's bad for the league. This is why our CBA deal that we just signed, and I don't even want to get heavy into that. That thing is, don't even get me started on that deal that we got going, because it's top heavy. That's why you're seeing all these teams right now with, you either make 50 million or 2. It's the most lopsided contract teams. I mean, it's a joke, bro. I can't tell you how many mid-level guys are signing for vet minimum around the NBA. It's laughable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a scary dynamic when stars start acting like this. And I'm not a big fan of it. I got to be honest with you. And I'm a big fan of Damian. Everyone knows. I mean, I've had so many battles with him. I've been in many playoff series against Damian, and he's probably one of the hardest players I've ever had to guard in my entire life. Everyone knows the clip where I had to like pray to God when he missed that shot, because that's how good he is, man. Like, you just got to hope he misses sometimes. But I don't like when stars do that, because it's just like, what does every other player do? So because you're a good player, like, you just don't have to show up?
Interesting comments from a member of the NBA. This sounds like me when these are my complaints, but when it comes from me, it sounds like I'm, I don't understand things. I might be racist. Who knows what my motivations are.
I think that often.
I love every word that this man just says. I couldn't possibly agree more. There is such a bad precedent being set that we talked about this, Harrison and I, last Friday, that it is the notion that you just sign a huge deal and then you demand where you're going to go as though you were a free agent. I want to hear your thoughts. I gave my thoughts, and who knows what I.
So the thing that like stood out in that video is Austin Rivers has pictures of himself in the back of him in different jerseys. That is throwing me all the way on. I could not believe there was.
Is there a single
murals of himself?
Do you have a single photo of yourself hung up in your house?
No, that would be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Like,
right?
you should have other people with you if you're going to.
It looks like he has a painting of him. Multiple him. Do you remember when Carmelo had a painting of himself as Jesus in his?
No, that sounds nuts. But that's what but also, this kind of feels like it looks like it like a lot of this is like conspiracy. Like, if he wasn't like a son of a coach and around the league for so long, I would be like, this is just like a conspiracy type of thing. But I do like that he's calling people out.
Yes.
And those are his counterparts, like people that he's around and surrounded with. And we know that he's an outspoken person, but also he's talking about that gray area, just like that loop that no one else talks about. When you think about the NBA, you do think about stars.
Yes.
So like, if we were to just hear like, if you could be anything in the world, would you be? Everybody says NBA player. They're always thinking about the star NBA players that make a lot of money, not these people that are working extremely hard. And
I think I would be
themselves out
Jay
there.
Huff.
Yeah, no one says those type. No one's thinking of a two-way play, and that's also pretty cool. But he's talking about like the gray area, and I love that he's calling out like all these players. But the power that these players are getting, like if you allow these young, pretty much uneducated millionaires to just be able to control their surroundings and the James Harden situation is insane,
bro.
He can do it every time, and everyone's going to be able to continue doing it moving forward. And you're going to see it at the AAU levels. You're going to see it like younger, where you're just going to be able to control the narrative and do whatever you want. So I do like that he's calling out the CBA, which people are going to fake like is great, but he's in it and he's like, no, we don't want that.
Because you don't want something that's negotiated by Chris Paul. Guess who benefits from that?
Yeah, and also
Chris Paul.
It's all the rich people, like the big that are on that, like that are making those.
Yes.
There should be some people like that are not the top guys that can be
Davon Reed. Save our league, man.
Yeah, so that's. I love that he's calling it out.
Me too. So here was the take I gave on Friday. You can tell me what you think about this, but I wish, as he mentioned, it is a privilege to play in the NBA. I wish there was some concept that existed in the hearts and minds, and I don't know if you have to actually you have to litigate this or legislate it, but it's like, I wish people as they entered the NBA, felt like they were entering the NBA. They're playing in the NBA. They're not playing for the Knicks. They're not playing for the Trailblazers. They're playing in the NBA. And as the members and participants of the NBA, like, you are agreeing when you join that you give up some of your personal liberty as far as like all of the specifics of your life. I want to live here. I want to play here. Everyone sort of understands that with the draft. But then it's gotten to a point where, you know, people are so focused on their own specific situations, which you understand because they're human beings, and you think about like your own life, you'd want to dictate it, but like it comes at the cost of the integrity of the league as a whole. And it's so we kind of have to get to the point where we're like acknowledging that the NBA and sports in general are for entertainment, right? Like the NBA exists for entertainment. If the guys wanted to play basketball on their own accord, they could do that. They could join you at these runs.
Just a
like we're just playing basketball because we love basketball. No problem. The NBA is set up for you to play basketball and for it to be very entertaining. The people being there is why you get millions and millions of dollars. Why you get to be a celebrity. Like there are trade-offs, but the trade-off that you get is actually like pretty awesome. Like, can't that be enough? I don't know. What do you think?
It hurt. Like, I don't understand how they can't find that common ground, because I understand a lot of players feel like their hands are tied behind their back, where they're saying, I should not have to play in this situation or a place that I don't want to be.
Yeah.
And also, we should have more voice. We should be able to control a little bit more and have that.
But
also, you can't have all of the control. Like, we have to meet in the middle. If you get traded, and you understand, you always hear these players say in every single sport, the business is the business. Yeah, we understand that this is a business. Yeah. Well, do you? Because now it doesn't seem like, I haven't heard that in a while now that I'm thinking about it. People are not saying that it's just a business, because that only happens to the guy that gets traded. It's not the one that
it's
forces.
It's Dave on Reed explaining it.
He has to explain that. It's not the Damian Lillard who faked like, he was this loyal guy who now is actually did worse than the people that are just like, no. So I just don't understand how they can't find this common ground and this middle ground of like, we're going to ask for something, you're going to ask for something, maybe, unionize it, where we could just say, hey, you are playing here, but, maybe there's a smaller contract and things like that. But also, that's what your agent is for. I don't know why the players are doing all these things. What is the use of the agent in this, situation then?
Well, I mean, your agent's always just your mouthpiece, so you don't have to be part of like difficult conversations. You don't have to be in the room when your GM is explaining like why you're not good enough to make the money you want. So you have somebody arguing on your behalf, which I understand, but the main problem is that there's only 12 guys on an NBA roster, and like 3 of them are the only reason that you're going to win or lose. And so naturally those guys wield so much power because they are the team. Like, you're right. Like, you are the team. Like, you should be treated differently, but like, you don't, it's difficult that then you transfer that over to, you're the most important guy in the team, to you're the most important guy in the league, to everybody. We have to, sacrifice all of these other competitive balance concepts to make sure that you're happy for 2 years that you live in Miami. That's the other thing is like, these guys, they live in a city for essentially 4 months.
Yeah.
They all live in LA. Then they hang out in Minnesota for 4 months.
Yeah.
You can't hang out in Minnesota for 4 months.
Grace J just came out with hers, and I agree with this. They also think that there's levels to it, and that's where the common ground should come. I don't think requesting or even demanding a trade is wrong, especially if team is not actually building around you. The problem is going to select your own trade package.
Yes.
I think this is true, because I agree. If you remember, John Wall was forced and stuck to be in Houston.
Right.
They had no plan for him.
Right.
Did not want him around. He's wasting years. Yes, he's getting paid, but also this might be his last payday. Like, if you really look at it,
assuredly.
Yeah. So like, it's like you could say you're getting paid to not play, but also you're ruining like, years of my life by putting me in this type of situation. So
I get that, but he's also like lying to himself. Like, his best days are way behind.
Yeah. But no. I was just saying at that time,
it's true.
But then it's a lot different when it's James Harden or Bradley. They just got put on a contract. They just got in, and now they're trying to control and play puppet master. That's when it becomes the problem. So that's where you find that common ground of, not these situations where you put a player in a state or a team that he's never going to play, or he's not. Jay Crowder last year, they traded for him in the middle of the year, and then they did nothing with him. And it's like, well, what happens then? I'm actually shocked that he re-signed. But also, like, you got to have some type of freedom, and you got to have some type of power where in those situations, maybe that's when you could demand a trade, but not these stars who literal cities are being built around them, and how much they bring to that city.
Yes.
That's when it becomes hard. You remember when LeBron James left Cleveland, he did it a right way, but also no one looks at it as the right way.
Taco Fell, yes, we do. We interact with viewers' comments all the time, and yes, we'd love everyone in the comments to stick to English because we are Americans and we are very stupid. We only know one language, and we barely know English. Thank you.
Just going back to the LeBron situation where he changed all of Akron, all of Ohio, off of just forcing his way out, and that's what happens with these type of cities. And then also, like, at the front office, they're in a bind. A lot of people they're getting paid, and their job is to, like, bring that entertainment to their city. And there's a lot of fans that get stuck and locked in on these people. People thought that, Harden was going to be, at where he got drafted forever, and those type of
suckers.
Like, I'm just saying, like, you want to play. If Jokic was to get traded, or
shut up!
demanded,
Don't say.
I'm just saying,
you knock right now.
That would just ruin your whole
like
fandom. Like you would. Not
I wouldn't even like basketball anymore, dude. I'd become a horse race fan. I'm halfway there. To be honest.
So I think that it's while it's difficult to find the common ground, you gotta meet in the middle.
You have to. Yes. No. I believe. I think that we're probably, if we're not at now, we are reaching a tipping point with this because it is pretty widely regarded that this is bad for the NBA because the NBA, again, like entertainment product, like you want the teams to be as equal or as you want there to be parity. You want there to be things where you can follow along and you feel like that if you have the right front office, they can put together the right people, whatever. That there's something more than guys like warm weather. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a lot there. Any other thoughts on player empowerment and how you, Dev, would specifically like to take it away from them?
No, I'm not into those type of things.
Just to be clear, like me, Eric, I want them to live their life. I view them as individuals. Dev doesn't feel the same way. He's a little bit more, I would say, fascist, whatever. But we work with it. Okay, cool. So, Dev, do you know what it is right now?
What is it?
It's time for another break, dude. Eric Weed of D-Line, dude.
You were so good last time. Make sure you guys pay attention this time to how good he is. The challenge is to buy and participate in every product that I mentioned before I finish the read. That's the challenge for you. Okay, ready? Volo Sports. Volo Sports is the largest sports company in the U.S. We play so the kids play for free. The Volo Kids Foundation is a separate 501c3. I know you were worried about the 501c3. Don't worry, they've got it in here. Yes.
It provides sports camps to kids in each Volo city. The DNVR crew, we've been known to bowl. We've been known to kickball. I understand pickleball is in our future. I mean, we're out there. We up in here, man. But you can join with the team for any of these leagues. You can also join as just a free agent. If you're maybe new to the city, you're looking to meet people, this is no better way than acting like an idiot in a park. Probably drinking is involved. People oftentimes come to the DNVR after their Volo events, and it is, in a word, off the chain. These people are out of their minds. It looks so fun. If I was, 45 years younger, I think I might participate, but I don't see that happening. There is a Volo Pass you can take advantage of, a monthly membership program that gives you unlimited access to sports, events, and social activities every night. There's pickups, there's drop-ins. It's only $20 a month with a minimum of a 3-month membership, or just $200 a year. Volo has leagues all throughout the city: Lodo, Rhino, Uptown, City Park, Highland, Sloan's Lake. I mean, name a part. Arvada, Aurora, Northfield.
Man.
Is that doing anything for you?
Yeah.
Dev can't get enough.
That is so many parts.
Listen, man, Registration closes on Thursday, August 3rd. So sign up before it's too late. Get your Volo Pass and start playing leagues as a free agent today. Make sure to use the code DNVR10. What do you think happens when you use DNVR10?
There's going to be like a discount that you get.
How much would you think?
10.
Yep. $10 off at www.volosports.com/Denver. And then after that, I have to say, it is game time. Game time.
I know about game time. I know about game time. I'm a game time player.
Tell me about game time.
I'm a game time player.
Tell me about game time.
You go in there into the app, you find whatever venue you want to get to, concert,
speak it,
sports
say
event,
it. Bring it,
and you're like, hey. I want to go to a game right now. I just went to tailgate just a second ago. I could see the stadium. All my friends are going. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go to the Bronco game too because I'm drunk now.
We've done this.
And I'm going to go over to there. I use that Game Time app. I pull it up. The prices are changing as soon as I get there.
Game Time.
And I get right in. The tickets is very smooth, very easy.
I would say is the smoothest. It's the best way to get tickets. Listen, last minute tickets. We're all, listen, who are we? We're sports fans. You know, we're beholden to these goddamn events, the whims of these athletes. Whatever they want to do, we'll get mad about it, but we'll follow them. And they play games all the time. We want to attend them, right? So buying tickets to your favorite event should not be stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, theater, all the things Dev mentioned. And with killer deals on last minute tickets, like this is one product that rewards you for procrastinating, as opposed to the rest of life, which punishes you harshly. This has been my whole life. I've been punished every day because I can't get my goddamn act together. Game Time rewards me. It sells in this bad behavior of mine. Thank you, Game Time. You understand me. Nobody else does. So go, whatever it is you want to do, check Game Time. That's the place to do. And if you use the code DNVR when you sign up, you get $20 off your first activity. That could be, if you use $20 off a Rockies ticket, I'm sure a check would come in the mail.
I'll be courtside for sure.
You could pitch the third.
But do you think that I would be a little bit better than what they got going on?
You couldn't be worse, dude. I mean, what's the difference? Who cares? Yeah. They're like, oh, they lost 100 games, but remember when Dev got shelled that one game? It's like, who cares? Who gives a good goddamn? Anyway, Dev, guess what? We're back, baby. We are back.
Let's do this.
What a great ad read. Doesn't this make you feel like Brendan Vogt and Harrison Wynn not needed on the show? Useless. One of these things like you're like, oh, wow, they're great at their job. And then you're like, are they? Are they?
You're just so good at everything.
I know. That's the problem. What am I not good at, dude? Like, I come in hot with takes that they might be racist. We don't know. And then I sell them through. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone can do that.
I think yes, but I don't know. And that's the gray area.
Dev, I've got to tell you, man, the first part of the show has been like, okay, a little rocky. I don't like our chemistry. I don't think most people do. But this part of the show, we're finally into the part of the show that matters. The only part I've been waiting for. We're going to find out what Dev likes. It's the summer edition of Dev likes.
It's been a while.
Dev's going to tell us the definitive list ranked 1 through 5 of what he likes this summer. Dev, please let the people know. What do you like right now, brother?
Okay, we'll start with 5. We'll start with 5.
Yeah, let's start. Yeah, we don't want to start with 1.
There was former players that we talked about, Austin Rivers being one of them. Yeah. Another former player that was, had a big discussion, and also a friend of the show, Gilbert Arenas, had a take. He had a take. It was a 6-minute montage.
I've never seen someone angry
of how mad he was about Bol Bol and his lack of talent. It was like the expectation that he had for him, and these high expectations. Gilbert Arenas thinks that Bol Bol is horrible at basketball.
Yeah, he does not like Bol Bol. That's what I got out of this, is he's not a fan of Bol Bol's work ethic, and that he doesn't like Bol Bol.
Yeah, but he also was like talking about himself. So like, I really do think that this came from a standpoint of I worked really hard.
That's exactly what it was.
I didn't get this much attention. This guy does not work hard. He has all of the intangibles, because we've all said, every person that has loved basketball or has played basketball, especially guys, they have all said, if I was 6'4", I would be dunking that. Or if I was 6'5", I would be in the league.
I've never said that. If
Everyone said that.
If I was 10 feet tall, I would dunk it.
No, if you were 6'5", you thought about it if I was 6, or if a guy that's 6'5" dunks it or does something, you're like, I would do that if I was 6'5" too. This guy is 7. He is 10 feet taller than you. You know, this guy is 10 feet taller.
Bol is the tallest person I've ever come into
So
contact
this is what Gilbert Arenas said, and this is like, going off. He went off.
Yeah, we can't even play the clip.
So
because,
it's too long.
Might hear this at some point.
Too long. Yeah, and he had a lot of curse words, maybe racist. Who knows?
No, that's my.
He said, "Have you ever?" This is where he comes out with it. He said, "Have you ever seen a beautiful girl? She's beautiful, got a bad attitude, right? She's not attractive no more because of her attitude. Bol is the pretty girl with the bad attitude."
So, is he attracted to Bol? Is that what we?
First off, no one is.
No one.
Let's get that.
Okay, all right. Listen.
Let's get this out of the way. But two, I could not believe, because really, I think that everybody has had this idea of. First, he's talking about like if he deserves a chance, he does keep on getting chances. But also, when the Nuggets had Bol, you could not believe that they had a player with that much talent, with that much potential. It is all potential. And for him to not be playing, he went to the Magic. They don't win any games. They don't, he should be able to play in Orlando. He did not play in Denver, and they said that it was the opportunity. He did not play in Orlando. They have opportunity. Guys, if you're not good at basketball, that's another thing you have to think about. These teams, they want to win. These coaches, they want to win.
That's true, yeah.
Their jobs are on the line. So they're going to put the best guys out there. There's something more besides the fact that Bol is 7'12", and he, could shoot, he could block, he could run the floor, he, plays, good defense. There's more to it. So that is a great saying about the pretty girl. I was onto the relationship. So I think about these type of things all the time.
Dad,
this was crazy.
Have you found yourself in a situation where you encountered what I personally would call a bad B? A bad B?
Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
And then you were like, oh man, that B is so bad. But then the B had a bad attitude and you were off it.
Oh God, you see it so many times. They it's a bad B word, and they smoke cigarettes.
What if there was a turbo core in there?
I don't want that.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Listen, kind love, we're sorry.
Or just a bad attitude. It just throws you off. They're not attractive anymore. You don't want to give them a chance. So I love Gilbert Arenas on that. I love that.
You like that. Dev likes Gilbert Arenas.
Dev likes Gilbert Arenas.
Of Bol for being an absolute prima donna with a terrible work ethic that another team has convinced themselves they can win with because of his goddamn undeniable potential, which most of it is just in the fact that he's the tallest man on earth and can shoot the basketball. We know for a fact, like, Bol does not care about. He does not like basketball.
And that's what Gilbert was saying in a lot of different ways. So Dev likes. We'll do that. That's number 5. Number 4.
How do we phrase that? Dev likes. What does Dev like?
Dev likes how
Gilbert
angry
Arenas killing.
Dev likes how angry Gilbert Arenas was at Bol.
Okay.
Dev likes.
Okay.
We'll go to number 4 on my list.
Okay.
We started the show out with a little sadness about.
Gilbert Arenas on Bol. Not as fiery as we hope, but you know what, Alyssa, I still feel like that's a good summation of the conversation. Great job by you. Okay.
4, we talked about Jokic not playing for his country, and it was pretty sad, pretty down.
Yeah.
You want to know how we're gonna bounce up from that?
How? Talk about it.
We're going to talk about Jamal playing for Canada.
Team Canada?
Jamal's playing with
Blame Canada?
Man, I love that. Like, their list of guys that are playing, like, this is a real team that we get to root for. But also, I think that it's going to be fun. Who knows? They might be the Houston Rockets and have a lot of guys that look good on paper, and they might just be entertaining and lose all the time. But at least we have a guy that we could actually
a graphic or some sort of list of everybody that's on this team. Let me look it up. Because it's not, it's not just obviously our beloved, me, the official Jamal Murray guy of the podcast, Eric Weedham.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, dude. I thought everybody knew that. Let's see, Canada, World.
Well, they got SGA.
SGA.
Yeah, I didn't even know Dylan Brooks was Canadian.
That's the crazy thing. So, okay, listen. When I lived in Boston, quick aside, when I lived in Boston, every year Ash Wednesday would happen. Ash Wednesday, famously, if you're Catholic,
Is that like
you get a smudge of ash?
I
on
was
the
going
front.
way off with that. I thought that was like if you got in the shower or went swimming and did not put on lotion.
No, that's
On
ash.
a Tuesday, and then
ash,
you wake up on the Wednesday and you just don't have. That would be Ash Wednesday.
Ash. Yeah, that's ashy.
Go to the real one.
That's Ashy Wednesday. Ash
Tomato,
Wednesday.
tomato.
You get a smudge of
Ash, I'm guessing.
ash. That's the word I was looking for. You get a smudge of ash on your forehead. So I would go to work and I'd be like, holy cow. I didn't know you were Catholic. Everybody's Catholic.
Yeah.
They've got an undeniable mark. The same thing, like you see this graphic, you're like, Dylan Brooks is Canadian?
Dude,
what the hell?
I had no idea. They always talk about Canadians being nice people. And then
I know.
Dylan Brooks, there's no way he's a nice guy. But whatever. SGA, Jamal Murray, Corey Joseph, Dylan Brooks, RJ Barrett, Lou Dort, Kelly Olynyk, O'Shea Brissett,
Bro.
Dwight Powell, Andrew Nembhard, and then our guy, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is a squad, man.
Wait a minute. On this team, our guy is Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I would have gone with Jamal Murray myself, but
Oh, well, not duh. That
Dude,
was a given.
So wait a minute. This giant guy that played on Purdue, what is his name? The center that played.
Oh, yeah. He's on the team.
Yes, I'm looking at the graphic.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, like Team Canada is like sneaky. Like this many guys play basketball in Canada. Canada, the home of basketball. I don't know if you know. Dr. James Naismith apparently invented it in Canada, and then no one played it there for like 50 years. They're back.
Dude,
baby.
this
They're
team
back
is good. Like, really, that's a good team on paper, and they're going to be fun to watch. Like, I feel like they have a lot of role players in the NBA with Jamal being their,
Dude,
their
how do you feel about-
star with SGA.
How do you feel about?
They're going to be good.
How do you feel about this graphic with Nickeil Alexander-Walker being the front center player?
I told you. The people like hard defense. People like hard D. You know? That's what people like. So that's number 4. Dev likes Team Canada.
Just Team
Jamal,
Canada?
No, Dev likes Jamal on Team Canada. I really think that.
Hold on. Dev likes D-Line's official, Eric's player, Jamal Murray on Team Canada.
You got to make sure you throw that in. But also, I really do think that it means a lot to him. He's always wanted to play for them. The opportunity has not presented itself. And this is something that means a lot, where he gets to represent, his...
Canada, Jamal.
Canada.
Who gave you creative license over there? Although, you did a great job. That's a great Canada and Jamal.
They're
Amazing.
good.
So Dev likes... Do you like Canada or you just like the team?
I just like Jamal being able to play for them.
So just
Jamal
to be clear,
on the team.
Dev does not like Canada.
No,
right?
no.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I once told a girl she has Saskatchewan breath.
Oh, you did not.
I don't even know what that means. It just sounds good.
That's a
like,
tough
shut
one.
up. You have Saskatchewan breath. The whole class laughed. They loved it.
I would have said Regina breath, and then everybody would have laughed even harder.
That is a good one. That is good. So yeah,
Okay,
Dev
cool.
likes that.
Well, so do you want to go to 3 now, or should we top 3 after the break?
After the break.
Okay.
After the break.
That's what's called a tease, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to go the top 3 after the break.
Mm-hmm.
Break might be better than the list, though, honestly.
Yeah, the break is.
That's right
You
there.
are almost flawless.
I'm on fire. Oh, Dev. Tell me about your experience with Shady Rays, dude. I saw you rocking
goodness.
Shady Rays.
So now Shady Ray has made it to where they have us they've gave us multiple glasses at this point. I got one up here. I stole one from Adam. It's in like my bottom.
You're
part.
just stacking Rays, dude.
Yeah, I have Shady Rays everywhere. It was in Vegas. The sun was like underwater when I was like swimming.
Yeah.
It was touching me. So then I like
Yeah,
had to
nobody
look
wants
to
it.
tell it to back up.
Sure.
Shady Rays was blocking my eyes, so I didn't have to worry about that. I didn't have to worry about being blind or anything. People was like, "Dev, you look so cool today." And when I put them on, everybody thinks I look so damn cool, and it makes sense.
I thought that. You know who never said that, or who that has never been said about? Me, Eric.
Oh.
When I put the Shady Rays on, granted, they look great as they can, but at a certain point, like you're working with what you're working with.
Yeah.
Somebody during our summer league shows was like, "Who's this guy with these glasses on?" And I was like, immediately, I was like, "Oh." No, but that's not Shady Ray's fault. All right, so take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. They're an independent company, and they give you the most insane protection of all eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by the lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, I would say more likely if something you buy breaks on day one, that's when you would be more likely to replace it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's not as impressive to me, but this goes well beyond day one. You can just, with no questions asked, tell them at Shady Rays they will replace your sunglasses because they want you to have them for the rest of your life, man. Shady Rays has provided much needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact, from building play sets to pediatric cancer patients to providing young adults with MS the outdoor adventure of a lifetime. Shady Rays is making an impact on your community for others for years to come. So you can go. They have a physical location in the Park Meadows Mall. If you use the code DNVR at shadyrays.com, you'll get 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Basically, that means you get a pair for free. You buy a pair, you get a pair.
I love BOGO.
BOGO's the best, dude.
Love it.
Everybody loves BOGO. So try for yourself. The shades rate 5 stars by over 250,000 people. Can 250,000 people ever be wrong about anything?
I don't think so. There's BOGO and then there's Pogo. Are you good at Pogo sticks?
You know what? I'm actually very good at pogo sticks.
You are.
My grandmother saw fit. She told me when I was a child, she gave me a pair of stilts for Christmas.
You got stilts from a grandma?
I got stilts as a Christmas present.
What were you supposed to do with it? You were going to dress up like
she told me
Little Rascals, go to the bake?
She told me that learning how to walk on stilts would improve my hand-eye coordination. And it did, and then it transferred over every whimsical child product. I was a great pogo sticker.
Oh, man.
I was at the pogo ball. Whatever, dude. I was the man on all of it because. Thank you, Grandma. You were right about that. And Dev, Bet365,
yes.
our homies. We love them. I don't know if you've used the Bet365 app. Bet365 app is incredible. The Bet365 app has the ability when you're looking at a game, you can click it, and oftentimes you can just stream the game. You can watch it
on Bet365
in the app.
Oh.
Like you can watch the game. You can also, they have this like when you watch the game flow on ESPN.
Oh, when it like moves back and forth.
There's shows you where the ball's been passed to. It's like all over the place. It literally, in many ways, is better than watching the actual game. Bet365 app is top because they have been like a big, massive player in Europe for a really long time. They're just now making their arrival here stateside, but they offer the widest range of games and markets available for live in-game betting. Bet365 has 80 million users worldwide. Bet365 live streams 78,000 events each year in the app, like I was talking about, and they're a proud partner of the Colorado Rockies. Well, you can't win them all, Bet365. The other ones, let's see, you get a better price on chosen markets for select games with Bet365 Boosts or Bet365 Super Boosts. Listen, you guys know how this works. Like, for example, they had a Messi promo. Not Messi like your room or my car. Yeah. Lionel Messi made his debut. Did you know this? Do you know what soccer is?
Football.
Yes, exactly. Football. They did a bet $10 pre-match and get $5 for every one of Messi's shot on target. I don't know how many shots on target he had. At least one. He got that goal. That was on target.
True that.
So there are all types of great offers that they're running all the time. Bet365, go download the app, use DNVR when you do it, and you will get $200 in free bets if you just make your first bet. Bet365. Let's go. All right. Wow. I can't wait to get back to this goddamn list. I mean, that was I would say the ad reads was a delightful time away, but I'm ready for the meat now, Dev. Okay. Top 3. What does Dev like? Top 3. this summer.
So if I said like what NBA player does ESPN and like the rest of the world talk about more than anyone else for like the last 15 years?
I would say LeBron James.
LeBron James.
Okay.
So the thing is, we always hear about LeBron James. What he ate, and it's always tacos on Tuesday. We hear about the drinking, like he has tequila and all type of things, and like all of his things that he's investing in.
Yeah.
The one thing that has stood out and I feel like should be talked about more and discussed more is just like all of the things that he does off of the court.
Okay.
I love that. So like everybody remembers the school. Like everybody remembers the school.
Yep.
I have the whatever. I think that this is super cool, but what I just saw and have learned is there's also like a housing unit and for affordable housing.
Okay.
He's like putting people in it that go to the school. Their families are able to live there for free. There's furnished. It has remodeled.
Okay.
It has internet access. And then there's also a pharmacy across the street he put in.
This is incredible.
That's why do we not hear about these type of things more? Like that's pretty crazy.
I'm like waiting to jump in and clown on this, but this is actually like incredible. What an unbelievable guy. I wish that he would retire so I can move into my.
That is going to be cool because
I respect LeBron James so much as a human being.
We're not going to have to see any type of pouting, or we're not going to have to see any type of flopping or anything like that. It'll be just all cool shit that he does.
Yes,
and I think that there's a lot, but this one is like the biggest to me because the school. It's already crazy that like everyone gets to go to college. Everyone, that's there gets to live a different type of lifestyle that they probably couldn't have. So I think that this is super awesome.
It is awesome. Again, I want to crack wise on it, but all I can do is be like, I wish I was like LeBron James in another way now. Like he's more charitable than I am. He's more attractive than I am. He's funnier than I am. I think he's better than basketball than I am. I imagine any sport.
You probably could beat him in ping pong. Ping pong, yeah. He probably has it.
All right,
yeah, you got him.
My ping pong name that I've given myself. My last name's Weedum, and then when I would beat somebody in ping pong, I would call myself Kingdom, and I would go like this, shink.
Oh my god! Never do that around me. Please never do that.
Well, don't find yourself under the subjugation of Kingdom, dude.
Yeah, so we could just say Dev likes LeBron's affordable housing.
All right,
plan,
man. All right, yeah, that's actually fantastic, and it also says a lot about you that wasn't number one.
Yeah. It's not there. It's not there. I just think that it's cool.
All right.
If I was in this housing, it would be a little bit better if I didn't have to pay a mortgage. All
right, so that's number three. That LeBron is actually a good guy. We have to acknowledge that he's a good guy. I don't want to do it, but we'll do it. Fine.
All right. So Dev likes when former players, kids, are good at basketball.
Oh,
like Steph Curry, his dad played. Klay Thompson, those are guys that they were around for a long. Yeah, the lineage, and they usually have an advantage, that other kids don't have. And I feel like it's changed as of late, where a lot of people have opportunities to play and like trainers and other things like that. So we hear a lot about LeBron's kids and how good they are, and they really are good. Like that's not just because they're LeBron's kids. I think that the attention comes from that, but they're actually good at basketball. I forgot about Derrick Rose's son until I just saw a highlight just recently of him.
I didn't. I just learned that he has a son right now. When you said that
there was a trend, like he had his face on a picture, like that was like a big meme for a while or whatever. Carmelo Anthony's son, I had forgot about him for a long time. Him and LeBron's kids just linked up of like lately or just recently in like a event in Las Vegas. But the latest one was Dominique Wilkins. You remember the high flyer?
We saw Dominique Wilkins at Summer League.
Yeah, he does something for the Atlanta Hawks, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Or just for one of the teams, whoever the Nuggets played at that time. But his son, he might be a kangaroo. he might be a kangaroo. This dude is jumping. We don't get in trouble if we show like those type of highlights, right?
We can show them.
We can show those out. Do you have those highlights?
Yes. Hang on 2 seconds.
So we need the kangaroo.
Oh.
Hops.
They jump out the damn gym. Dominique Wilkins, he jumped out of the gym. Oh, Carlos Boozer's kids are, one of them is like the best player in the country right now.
Really?
Carlos Boozer, the guy with the spray on fade.
Yes,
that guy. His kids, incredible. They're truly incredible. But Dominique Wilkins, his son, I ain't seen a grasshopper jump like this. He's flying. Here, you'll see. You'll be able to
I want to
see
that. All right, let's see here. This is. Bouncy.
Oh my God.
That's really high.
Oh my God.
That's really high.
How did
He
do that?
rebounded.
Oh my God. He still is rising.
How tall do you think he is?
I would say 6'2", 6. Oh my gosh. He almost hit his head on the rim. He doodle dunking on, man. Look at that. He just keeps on going higher. And Dominique Wilkins was known for dunking. Like that was his thing. So like for his kids to do that. Also, I played in a league against Jason Richardson.
Okay.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
His kids are both
Kings.
One of his kids jumped like this, actually. It's insane. His younger son. He has a kid. He has two, but one of them, Jace, is good. He dunks. But he has a younger kid. This dude is
So, wait.
insane.
So, do you like when former players have athletic kids that play different sports? Do you like Popeye Jones's sons that both play hockey? Does that do anything for you?
I don't.
Seth Jones.
I gotta actually see. I don't know. Is there people who have the kids that play other sports that are
Yes,
super good?
Popeye Jones.
He really does have kids.
Nuggets assistant coach Popeye Jones famously played for the Nuggets, talked to Joe Sakic in the building, thought that it would be good if his kids got into hockey.
Really?
Yes.
This is a cruel story.
And then he asked Joe Sakic, like, what do I do? Like, how do I get my kids involved? And Joe Sakic was like, well, get them in skating lessons first and foremost. And then Seth Jones was like linked to the Avalanche. They thought he was going to be the number 2 or 3 pick.
What? He's
As a
that
defenseman.
good?
Yes, he's that good. I mean, like, it turned out they chose Nathan McKinnon over him. But
that
but
makes sense.
does that, or you just
No,
with the basketball?
now that I know, that story is insane. Like, that's incredible. I
So
think
you just like when there's a lineage of athletic
No,
excellence.
I think Adrian James, his son, plays basketball, and he's really good at basketball. I think it's cool to know a name or like, hey, that's such and such's kid, and then to see that they're super good at that. This happened to be basketball,
Yeah.
and that's usually what I follow.
Yeah.
Is basketball.
Yeah.
But I do think it's super cool that these kids don't just go and be like Marcus Jordan.
How do you feel? How do you feel like if you are just like a guy, if you're S3, and you go to a tournament and you're playing against Kenyon Martin Jr.
No, I love that. So
You
like
love that.
so S3 is incredible. So like if you're a person that I've seen you like through the like ranks and stuff like that, and also you get to go play against somebody else and you hold your own, or you like, I think that's cool. And also everybody remembers the celebrity that they played against,
Yeah.
or like the celebrity's kid or whatever the case, because you remember what you did in that game. Like when I was in high school, we played against Avery Bradley, the defender, right?
Yes.
This guy put up like 45 on us. He went in. Brock Osweiler was like the best basketball player I'd ever played against.
What?
The quarterback.
The Nuggets, or the Broncos backup quarterback that spurned
he
us.
played for his team called Yakima Elite. They
What?
went insane. They was from like Washington, Spokane or something. They were insane. Yakima Elite. I think that is cool, and I always will remember how good
Brock
he was.
Osweiler. You can't just gloss
Insane.
over that.
He was so good. So I like that.
Okay, so Dev likes when former players have children that are also good at, and we have to say athletics because it could be basketball, and now we've learned it could be hockey.
It could be hockey.
So if you could get that in there, Alyssa, would be great.
Dev likes these proteges.
Family athletic lineage. Dev likes summer edition. Oh, wow. All right, so before we go into the very anticipated number one entry on Dev likes summer edition, let's recap a little bit.
Okay.
So Dev likes family athletic lineage. Dev likes when it's Kenyon Martin Jr.
Yeah.
Dev likes Scottie Pippen Jr.
Yeah.
Is there a number one Nepo baby that you think is the best?
Right now, it's the Boozer kids.
Oh, the Boozers.
I can't believe how good they are. The Boozer kids.
Okay,
They're
Boozers.
good.
LeBron. He likes LeBron's affordable housing plan, which it turns out you can't not like. It's an amazing humanitarian effort. Well done, LeBron. I can't believe I have to love you. I'm willing to do it though. He likes Canada and Jamal. He's a big fan of the Canadian.
Yeah. People might think that that's like disrespect to the national anthem, but it's the remix.
Canada. Okay, yeah,
it's the remix.
And in 5th place, I can't believe this was only number 5. He loves Gilbert Arenas absolutely losing his mind on the very concept of Bowl.
He almost had an aneurysm. That was crazy. He was about to pass out. That was nuts, wasn't it? That was
All right,
nuts.
Dev, I think the world at large cannot. And by the way, you guys all have to hit like before we're gonna reveal number one. We need to see 3,000-4,000 likes before we're gonna reveal number one on this list.
Get your like up.
Dev, but we'll assume it's coming, so we'll reveal. Dev, please. What does Dev like the most during this summer, please?
So during the summer, my biggest thing is like pro-ams. I truly love pro-ams. I like some of the best in that city going at it with each other. Yeah. Denver has a really good pro-am.
Do they?
You know, Shay Kelly, friend of the show.
Okay.
She has her own pro-am. This is like year 2, maybe 2.
Okay.
And she came onto the show. We sat in this exact studio, and she came and talked about it and things like that. But I love pro-ams. But you want to know what I love more about more than just pro-ams?
Please tell me.
I love when NBA players play in pro-ams.
Yeah.
Because you get to see like the barometer of them versus
the separation between a good player and an NBA player because
it's just so different. There's somebody that you think is super good in your city and he's just, dominated everybody. He puts up 30, 40 a game and things like that, but he still has a 9 to 5. He has to go and answer to someone. Yeah. He has to wake up with an alarm clock.
Yeah.
His job is not basketball.
Right.
There's guys that go into these, like Kyrie Irving has played in a pro-am.
Yeah, to be honest, Kyrie had 20. He had a triple-double. He had 20 points. Dude, I'm really, for me, I like it when it's Isaiah Thomas that drops 80 points.
Yeah, that's not fun, but it's just I'm so much better than you. Like Bones, remember Bones?
Yes!
When
this was half the foundation.
That was
Bones
insane.
He dropped 65 points.
And then he had the game winner. Like they kind of had Elam ending where it was just last bucket wins.
I can't even talk about this. Yeah. I can't even talk about this. It's gonna break my heart.
All right, so the thing is, do you remember the Sun series? They had a starting 5 that was pretty good, but there was one guy that just was out there just not, he looked regular. We never think of him scoring. Josh Okogie. This guy couldn't throw a beach ball in the ocean.
It was bad.
It was so bad.
It was bad for Josh Okogie. I'll say
this
that.
Dude looked like an NBA All-Star in the pro-am that he was playing. And I bet you there were some good players in it. They got highlights of him. Could you play the highlight? They got highlights of him going
Josh Okogie acting totally different in the summer. Let's see here.
Bro, he's doing step backs. You think that Josh Okogie would shoot a step back in the NBA? No, but because he already has probably 35 at this point, he could do whatever the hell it is that he wants. Look, everybody on the sideline is going nuts. This is Josh Okogie. This is not, your typical guy that is going to go and destroy a league. Like, guys go and I feel like I could be able to guard Colin Gillespie. He probably put up 55 on me.
You think you're steady enough to guard?
In my head, yes. You guys thought you guys could win a fight against a gorilla.
No, that wasn't me. I never thought that. I never thought that.
I'm just saying.
But you think you're pesky enough for Colin, dude. I don't think so.
I thought so. I think so. Until I see videos like this where they're just destroying everyone. Yeah. They said he had like 40 in this game. Josh Okogie scoring 40. Come on, man. He's a defender. He's scoring 42.
First off, is he a defender?
Patrick, they show Patrick Beverly's high school. He's averaged like 35 a game. This guy, I'm like, there's no way he can score. He just can't score. But it just shows how different NBA players are.
Wow, that's unbelievable. So
that's my number one.
How do we summarize this? Dev likes NBA players destroying pro-am leagues, yes?
Dev likes NBA players making you look normal.
Oh, wow. Incredible. And also, while Dev was compiling this list, new footage came in over the timeline.
We didn't have time to put that out there because this would be my number one.
Yeah, but
this was our number one.
This was set in stone.
This is too easy.
Alyssa, I don't know if you're able to show the clip that surfaced of Nikola Jokic celebrating the championship he won this year that means the most to him.
You want that one?
Yeah, please. Let's take a look at what it looks like when Nikola Jokic wins a championship. We thought, maybe he enjoyed winning the NBA championship. Nikola Jokic apparently won a horse racing championship of some kind. There's multiple trophies. Everybody's dancing. There's accordion music. I've literally never seen him happier his entire life. Look at him. Like he's goofy dancing.
Oh,
he's hugging everybody. He watch this at the end. Like he just is like he's shaking. He's shimmying. He's singing.
He's kissing people, hugging people. Look, everybody's excited for him. He got his whole family around. Everybody knows how much this means to him. He has a live band. Everybody's dancing. This is true happiness.
True happiness. Alyssa, are you able to pull up the second clip that where we saw him celebrating the NBA championship? Okay.
Well, what is this?
Okay. Oh, no problem. So he hands him the champagne. Yeah, whatever. Moving on. This is the NBA championship. Not kissing anybody. No jolly shuffling or dancing.
Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't he say he lost his MVP trophy or
he
something?
Didn't know where
like
it
that?
was.
He's like, it is what it is. This one's going to be
He's not gonna
framed,
put
like
that
he's
one down.
putting it up next to his other small trophy.
He's not putting that one down. That one will not leave his goddamn side. Look at him. He's not letting anybody touch it.
This right here, this trophy is embarrassing. I remember the WNBA championship for the All-Star game last year.
And it was like too small. Though.
Like being this big.
This is twice
Look
the size
how
of that.
big this is, man.
But again, nobody's allowed to touch this.
This is as big as his torso. A 7-foot man.
That's a big torso.
This is huge.
Wow.
Is there a second trophy right there?
Yes, dude. We don't know. He's probably the MVP of the horse race. He's probably he's just stacking things up. Nikola Jokic is living his best life. We're all just lucky to be party to it. This apparently is what the man needs to get his head right. This and rafting are the only two, and just walking his daughter in a stroller. Nikola Jokic is better than all of us. We're obsessed with basketball. He is simply tortured by it and has to perform it at the highest level it's ever been played in. Dev, what a great list. Great job, dude. You know what I like? I like you, brother.
Oh.
You're my guy. Dude, finally a good show out of this goddamn podcast. I know that it's been rough for you guys for, I would say, 2-3 years. But I'm glad you stuck with us. You finally got the show you were asking for. I'm assuming Adam Harrison vote will not be asked back. We're saving money. And we're moving forward. Great show, guys. And I think that wraps it up. Dev, do you anything else you want to say?
We're getting closer to the season.
Dude, we're deep in the offseason.
We're deep in the offseason.
We're 10 weeks till media day.
10 weeks?
Bro.
So that gives us some time. We're probably going to come up with some lists. I'm going to be better at lists moving forward.
Yeah. Dude, that was like a pretty good list. Alyssa, do we have the final list we can look at just one last time? You didn't fill out the top one?
Yeah.
NBA players destroying pro-am leagues.
Yeah. And then to just finish it off, like, thank you, Alyssa. Alyssa was great.
Great job today. Kale, pack your shit. This is the podcast we've all been waiting for, and you finally got it. You're welcome. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about bringing that up. Let's wrap it up. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.